guys, Rob Murphy from Holistic Healing Choices here, and today we're having a look at the app Elevate. So what Elevate is a brain training app. So made popular by Nintendo way back in the 2004, I think it was. That's when I first got my DS anyway. But so aiming to look at keeping your brain healthy, active, with stuff that you probably haven't used since school. So Elevate breaks itself down into little bits and pieces where you got reading, writing, spelling, maths, as well as other games and stuff that you can use to help keep your brain nice, fresh, nimble, speed up those thought processes. Now, is it any good at it? The answer is yes, I would say it is. I would say it very much is. So, let's dive in and have a look at Elevate. So as we get into Elevate, you'll normally be presented with a daily activity. So seeing as I've done this one, it's a random assortment of 5, or you can choose more or less, different activities to do. So you can have a look at your performance. So far I'm doing better than roughly about 80% of users. And there's my activity log, which you can see has taken a bit of a dive. So only 5 minutes this week, but 2.5 hours all time. From there, we can have a look at the different activities that we do. So these are all the ones that I've unlocked so far. So you have things like math, reading, speaking, and writing. We're going to have a look at our game statistics, your high scores, what notifications you've got, and your profile, so your achievements, and then sharing it with people. So if we go into the activities, now most of them are very fun. So for instance, I think one of the ones I have on the ad is the agility one. So it is just about that. And then if you get a wrong answer, where are we? You do get a chance to continue, and you can see your lives up the top there go down. There's ones like association as well. So most of them are just quick little things that get more difficult the further on you get into it. There are ones like pronunciation that actually involve a bit of volume and get you actively in there.
Worcestershire, copious, crop, wither, omnipotent, omnipotent.
And so if you get a mistake in those, they show you what went wrong, what the actual correct answer is. Now, there's a lot on reading, not that one. Which one is it? Oh yeah, expression. So then it does show you things too. So it does help learning. So there's a mistake in that one. And so then when you do complete one, you get speed bonuses on them. So the quicker you're thinking, the more you'll score, the higher you score. And so here, if I had have done a perfect score there, I would have got a third little bracket around there, meaning that I've done very well. So then, as you go up, your difficulty goes up, so it adapts to you as well. And then you get a report of your answers. And did you find the game helpful? So, yes, that one was pretty good. And so then, as your difficulty increases, you can actually unlock. So you can see I'm not too far off unlocking the punctuation game. But all up, then you've got study here as well, which are more basic things. So swiping to the side, or you can pull up. So listen to the speaking techniques used by engaging orators to help you become more persuasive speaker. And then you've got more information about it. I think it takes 3 days until you unlock this or something. You can pull that down and so you can listen to that, or you can go on or read through the speech. And so you've got heaps to keep you going as well, and stuff to unlock as you're going through and doing all of it. So all up, these little games are very fun, and teaching you to think quicker, or being able to process that information quicker and put it into something, especially some of the maths ones. That is, so if we go back to performance, one of my weaker sort of areas there. But all up, I've been having a blast with this thing. Even if it is, learning or an educational app, it makes it fun. It makes it fun, and you want to challenge yourself and you want to do better. So that's a quick look at the app itself. Now, you will be paying about $62.99 per year for using this app, which isn't too bad value, really. But do you really want to pay that much per year, or do you want to go find something free that you can use for free as much as you want? Now, while that thing might be free too, what I found with Elevate, using it over the past week, like non-stop sort of thing, I am yet to come across any sort of repetition or stuff that I've done before. Like, there is a wealth of content. So I guess you get what you pay for in that respect, is that unique game each and every time to keep your brain going. Or if it does repeat, it's on such a big cycle, they've got so much content in there that by the time you get around to it, you've probably forgotten it from the first time, or they ask you some different questions. So it's hard to weigh up. It is nice having the stats there to have a look at, see how you're doing against what other people are doing. But at the end of the day, that's a hell of a lot of coffee or something. So once again, it's up to you whether you want to spend that much money and how much you value doing that. Are you going to use it every day? Are you going to use it for about 2 weeks and then not? Are you going to use it for about a month and then not? Where do you get the value from there when using this app? But all in all, I've enjoyed my time with Elevate. Would I continue using it? Yeah. Would I use it every day? Probably not. Probably if I'm as extremely busy as I have been in the past couple of weeks with it, I probably won't get a chance to actually sit down and give the 5-10 minutes to it as I'm just going. But is it something good to practice to enhance your reading, writing, math skills? Yes. I fully believe it would be. It would help fire up those neurons, those things that you probably haven't touched since you've actually left school, and get you back into the swing of things, quick thinking, quick decision making, all that sort of stuff. So, what would I give Elevate? If you were to continue to use it every day, an 8 out of 10. But if, let's say, for the value of the cost, if you can't use it every day, if you can't get there and use those games every day, probably about a 6. Just because, it's a little bit more on the pricier side, I guess, past that $50 threshold, and it's only a one-off cost each and every year. So if you use it for 1 year and you get your $63 worth out of it, excellent. You can probably cancel it from there. But let's say, or you lose your phone or something like that, that's a price to pay that you won't get back. But once again, it's completely up to you, your lifestyle, how much you use it, how much you actually want to enhance that, and what the free alternatives are, which I'll be exploring in the future as well, to put them up against Elevate. But anyway guys, that's it for this one. I will see you in the next video.